Alrighty folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. I can fire off maybe one more Premier Kaldheim draft before the Strixhaven arrives. So I think we just go for it, and then maybe one more Throne of Eldraine, and then we can call it quits until the next set arrives. So just want to do maybe one more draft again, just to gauge the Kaldheim experience in case we end up drafting this set again, so we can kind of notate what we can remember. And yeah, it's usually just either the green multicolor control or again just the red aggressive decks that are the most powerful in the set. So, whereas Eldraine, I think aggro is pretty bad, but you know, we'll see. And pack one, pick one, Premier Draft Kaldheim. Do we open up a bomb rare? Yes, we did. Wow, that's a pretty nice way to finish our Kaldheim draft with probably easily the best card in the entire set. So it's going to be the pick here. Alternatively, if Koma was in this pack, Finn is just excellent, especially since if you can put a counter onto this or load this creature up with equipments, it's just really difficult to block. And you know, it just has amazing utility, a great defensive card in the early game, and I can also trade up. So it would definitely be my first pick here if there wasn't a Koma, the Cosmos Serpent. Overall, this pack is not very exciting, just some okay cards, Snow-Covered Swamp, Elder Hall if we were in black-green, or Rune of Flights. But Koma is a fun way to start a draft, and then hopefully we can just either force blue-green or end up hard splashing Koma in the green deck. So let's just finish this draft with the most busted card. And then following up Koma, I think it's reasonable to take Arnie Slays the Troll. It's also a fine card we can splash for in green. Overall, this pack isn't exciting. There's a Faceless Haven, which is fine if we were heavily committed into snow already. There's a Raven Wings as a fine equipment which can leverage flying in some of the much more aggressive decks. But Arnie Slays the Troll could be a reasonable card. I mean, if you're playing, since green can basically almost splash for anything in this set, you don't mind just going to four or five colors in green, and Arnie Slays the Troll is just a good fight spell. Has nice upside since it can enhance a creature, and then it can help you stabilize with the third chapter. So, gonna take an Arnie here, and we'll see what we get here. Just Shimmerdrift Veil. Also, don't mind Crush the Weak if we're more controlling. Lajara Mirror Lake could wheel if we end up base blue-green, and is also quite good. But since it's still early, don't know if I need to really prioritize this, since we could end up like green-black splashing or green-red splashing, whereas a Shimmerdrift Veil can just give us multiple options and angles to be in, and it also counts as a snowland, so I like it over the Lajara Mirror Lake. But if we know for sure we were base blue-green, Mirror Lake would be awesome. It can't really copy Koma though, since it's also legendary, so you can't have two of them in the battlefield, so that's a bit of a nombo. But just being able to like copy Ravenous Lootworm is quite good, and it just has nice utility in the early game and in the late game, so Mirror Lake I'm a big fan of, but I think it's still the Shimmerdrift Veil. I do like the Snow-Covered Forest, but there's also Behold the Multiverse. Darn, this is a hard option. Typically speaking, I like Behold the Multiverse over Snow-Covered Forest. And given that we aren't sure if we're going to end up in a snow deck yet, I think we just take Behold the Multiverse. Like, we could just end up in a straight-up green-blue creature deck, and that's fine. Even though green-blue is the two colors that care the most about snow, and this forest would be awesome, I think we just want to take Behold the Multiverse so we can help find our Koma, the Cosmos Surface, and generate some value in the late game so we can find our cards to help us win. Cole and Rune of Speed is also here, which are great cards. So red-white could also be open, but we're just going to play the more controlling game plan. And yeah, I'd like Behold over Snow-Covered Forest, but I would love Snow-Covered Forest if we were the only green drafters, and I do like Glittering Frost. I think Icebreaker Kraken is a trap. Like, sure, if you were heavy snow, this card is pretty good. However, it's not like an insane bomb or anything. The fact is, even if you make the fact is you can't really tap the opponent's creatures. When it comes into the battlefield, they have to be tapped already, and then even if they were tapped already and you get to lock them down for one turn, they can just untap the following turn afterwards. And just returning 3 snow lands to save this isn't really worth it. It's really hard to cast, and it's a trap in the set. Even though I first picked this card when I did my paper Magic draft pre-released, I actually first picked this, and I realized how bad it was. But Glittering Frost is nice, can help us fix Splash, and can also help us ramp into Koma, so I like the Glittering Frost here, and it's a good sign that green is open, which I want to be in, and just take an Ice High Troll in case we're heavy snow. There's also Ice-Covered Plains, which can also help if we want to go 5 colors, but Ice Side Troll is really good. And if we end up heavy snow, it's almost like a mythic common, which basically is impossible to almost deal with unless you have enchantment base removal or exile. This is a pretty interesting pack. Doomscar Titan, Tuskegee Firewalker, Mass Vandal, and the snow-covered mountain. I think we just take the green card here with the Mass Vandal. Like, sure, Doomscar Titan is good, but I think we're going to be much more of a controlling deck than a hyper-aggressive deck where Doomscar Titan will shine. Doomscar is great if you can play, if you're looking to just beat down in the early game, and this is just a powerful finisher. But I think we're the more controlling version where we're just trying to ramp into Koma and then go 5 colors. And then Mass Vandal is just a nice 2-drop that can help us block and has great utility, exiling artifacts, enchantments. There's also Snow-Covered Mountain for Arnie Slays the Troll, which I would take if Vandal wasn't in this pack, but I just wanted to ensure I had my first Vandal. And that's quite good. Now we have a second Vandal. Could take the second one over the second Bind the Monster. If it was like Crush a Week could also be a fine sideboard card, but it's not a card I would definitely main deck. Yeah, I don't mind second to Mask Vandal. It definitely beats maybe the Bind the Monster. Overall, I've been very unimpressed by Bind the Monster, and I guess in case against like the more like in case against like other blue decks which has bounce spells, just Bind the Monster can feel really bad if you need to recast it. So might lock up on my second Max Vandal, and I don't actually mind playing 2 copies since this is a fine card. And then here we can take either Frostbeat Yeti, Run Ashore, or Mist of Liljara. I think I would take Run Ashore and Yeti over Mist of Liljara, but they're both actually just all okay. Run Ashore is pretty good if you can ramp into it. Frostbeat Yeti can give us a win condition if we need to focus more on snow. Yeah, Run Ashore is great, but you do need to get there, and I'm hoping I don't really want more than 1 copy, so I think I'll take Yeti in case we need some sort of random closer in the deck, and I guess I'll take the Bind the Monster now, and I think we should have enough win cons. We don't really need the Raven Wings. We're not really a cheap equipments deck. We're looking to be more like ramp mid-range, and then I think I'll just take a Crush the Week in case we end up splashing it somehow. Raven Form is pretty bad. Don't think we're strategic planning. Raider's Carve could be nice if we have more 3 power. And just getting into attack can be decent sometimes, but we'll just take this. And then, yeah, I don't know if in case we just end up in some sort of red-green deck, I'll take the Immersturm Cairn or Seize the Spoils. Okay, alright, so the draft went pretty nice. First pack, it seems like green is fairly open, and we first picked Koma, so I'm hoping we can just, like, be base blue-green and splash the rest of the colors, and that's great. I think Ascendant Sparrow is a little bit too ambitious. Great snow payoff, but I still think, again, it's a little bit too ambitious for this type of deck. We aren't, like, heavily committed to snow. Like, snow could just be a fine sub-theme. And then, I mean, I would pick up the Ascendant Spirit if I had more snow lands, of course, and I knew 100% that I'm committing to snow, but probably not the pick here. The pick here could just be the snow-covered forest, honestly. A second Glittering Frost would be reasonable, but we don't have any Sculptor of Winters yet to ramp it, whereas this is just safe and secured. This is also Frostbite we can maybe hope to splash for if we were more heavy snow, just as a good removal spell, but I think I'll just start with a humble Frost-covered forest, Snow-covered forest here. Pack 1, pick 1. Yeah, I might even take the forest over everything else in this pack, so it's pretty unexciting, but it's still quite good. Another Behold the Multiverse, Ice Tunnel, Frostbite, and a second Glittering Frost. I mean, I'm a big fan of double Behold the Multiverse if we're trying to find Koma, of course. So probably going to be my pick here. There's also Agar as a potential splash option, but we don't have a lot of fight or damage-based spells. The Ice Tunnel is also reasonable if we want to splash black, but I'll take a Behold the Multiverse here. And I could even take a Frostbite here. There's also the Raider's Carve, which can crew 3 power. And maybe find us some lands, but I mean, if we're playing to splash red and we have a decent amount of snow permits, the Frostbite can be nice, just as like maybe a 1-mana red lightning bolt. So seems quite good. Pyrite Sanctum I don't necessarily consider great. Like, I would definitely play in other sets where I don't have to focus too much on multicolor, but the fact is, like, the fact that it comes in as a colorless land isn't great. We have multiple options: Blizzard Brawl, Sculptor Winter, and Squash in this pack. I do like my first Sculptor Winter, but can I really take it over Blizzard Brawl, a good removal spell? It's really, I think, between these two. Squash is also reasonable with double Mask Vandal, but it's a splash color. I do like Sculptor if we're trying to ramp into Koma, honestly, but Blizzard Brawl might just be better since it's just a good fight spell. And then, you know, we have a decent snow sub theme, so it won't be too difficult getting 3 snow permanents to enable this. And then Bergstrider is great, a great 5-drop, also great snow payoff. Alternatively, maybe we could splash for a squash. Rune Force Champion's fine, but not for a deck. Bergstrider is a nice defensive option on 5. Not big big fan of Trickster's God's Heist. If we splash for it, I guess we're just going to swap like a Mass Vandal, but we do need a heavy amount of expendable creatures. Whereas Snakeskin Veil, I'm quite impressed by, honestly. Just saved my butt multiple times in these limited games, and just it's a 1-mana counterspell essentially, and it's quite good. Alternatively, there's Master Scald as a splash to loop back Arnie Slays the Troll, but Snakeskin Veil keeps us on color. And then in case we don't find another 5-drop, could just take the Grizzled Outrider as a good 5-drop. There's also Recluse and I guess Depart the Realm in this pack as well, which is a reasonable bounce spell maybe. But I can also just take the Recluse just as a 3-drop maybe. Like, I think Outrider and Recluse are both kind of close. And I don't mind having a Recluse, can trade off in the early game, maybe block a flyer, and then can help maybe curve out. And then here, don't think we care about anything else. Maybe we splash for Witherground, not sure. Or the Grim Draugr if we're going Sultai Snow. And then I think I'll just take the land. There's also the Axguard Cavalry, but I think red is going to be a splash given that we're kind of heavy blue. So just take the land in case we end up using it. And then there's another land. Wow. There's a second Crush a week, but we have one already. Just take a Raven Wings, I guess. And then I'll take my Raider's Carve in case we need to just play something out on turn 3 and can even help us fetch our lands if we have to, so. Alright, it's fine. Frenzied Raider's still late in the pack, so red-green is kind of open as well. Again, I want to be base blue-green, can even play Run Ashore now. So, hoping we can get a Sculptor winner in this deck, because we could definitely use the ramp to get to the late game, so we'll see. Svella is great though, same with Mistwalker. I think I prefer these two over either Horizon Seeker or the Mistwalker. I mean, over the Horizon Seeker. Mistwalker is good, you can keep us on color, and it's a good defensive play, but Svella could just be better here, and we're already kind of geared up for this red splash given Arnie and Frostbite. The fact that it can help make mana lifts and help us ramp, and also find our Koma in the late game and dig is quite strong. So I think we just want to be teamer base, splashing Svella here. Pack 1, pick 1, I think I would take Svella here. So, yeah, just quite good. Tyvar is quite good. There's also a Guardian Gladewalker. Like, Tyvar is just a good card in general. Like, he's not like an insane bomb that's unbeatable, but the fact that he can just make a bunch of 1/1 chump blockers is kind of what we're looking for. I mean, if it's a fine, like, creature that can help us defend. I mean, Planeswalker, there's also second Glittering Frost, but it gets, again, worse if we don't have a Sculptor winner. Don't think we're Changeling Tribal for Guardian Gladewalker. So, might just be inclined to just take the Tyvar Kell here. There's also Snow-Covered Chasm, but we're not heavy snow deck, so take a Tyvar. Still quite good. And then I do like a Lintworm on 6. There's also our Snow-Covered Mountain. Lots of options. The second Lintworm does seem a lot better than a Run Ashore, to be honest. Just to have that extra beefy win condition and Curve Topper in the late game, which is quite good. There's also Snow-Covered Mountain, of course. But I think we just take a Lintworm here. And then hopefully we can find another Snow Mountain. Horizon Seeker is also fine, but definitely worse than Ravenous Lintworm. Ooh, I like the land. There's also the Snow-Covered Mountain. But if we're playing the Splash, it's nice to just have this land, which can just fix for either blue or green, which does improve the mana base, even though we're not going to, even though it's not a red source. Yeah, we could just be a light snow theme type of deck. We don't really need the Frostpeak Yeti. Just play Ice High Troll and maybe Frostbite or Blizzard Brawl. I think I like the Bark Channel Pathway here. Can just help us fix. And then, wow, do I really play triple Mass Vandal? I think that's overkill. Maybe I just need to play this Elderleaf Mentor over the Frostpeak Yeti if I'm planning to be if I'm planning to cut the snow synergies. And we'll take another Lintworm on 6. Great overperformer. And wow, Rootless Yew to find our Lintworms and Koma. This could just be an 18 lander, which I'm fine with as well. Like an 18 land deck is not unreasonable. And I'll just take a Broken Wings. Yeah, this could just be an 18 lander given all these Curve Toppers, and then we just want to hit our land drops frequently. We're lacking snow permanents though for the frostbite and the blizzard brawl, so they're not going to be hyper effective. But sometimes you just want to fight something, and it's quite good. And then don't think we're splashing black, but overall just not a good pack in general. So we'll take this. Don't think we need a Bredagar Stronghold. Mist could be fine. Alright, let's just take the Tuskeri Firewalker. I mean, we could just... This is essentially just 18 land. And I mean, we can play something over to Raider's Carve, hopefully, and then just play enough lands to win the late game. Could even main deck a Broken Wings, because it's a fine... because there's just a lot of flying in this set, which we could have a problem with. Like, how are we going to deal with flyers? We have a couple removal spells that can deal with them, but really, I think we just want the Broken Wings, because we could have a problem dealing with flyers, and, that's fine, So basically Teamer without too much snow mana, but I think it's okay. Lacking creatures for the Masked Vandal to exile, so I could see myself cutting one Masked Vandal, but it's just a good 2-drop blocker. So I think it's 18 lands, Teamer again, and then we just add in one extra land, potentially. And then what's the mana base looking like? 18 lands. Yeah, we're definitely playing our Curve Toppers. These 2 5-drops. I like the Tyvarkel, even though we don't really care about black mana. It still makes 1/1 tokens, which can chump block. Elderleaf Mentor could be cuttable, but it's a fine 4-drop, which can help us stabilize the early game. I mean, stabilize so we don't get run over. I like the Double Behold. I like Svella. I like 1 copy of Ice-Side Troll, not Wolf Recluse. The only card that could be questionable is the Broken Wings, but again, the argument is that it could actually be pretty useful. I like 1 copy of Arnie, Slays the Troll. I don't mind the Mist of the Jar to help us stabilize. Stakes and Veil is fine. Blizzard Brawl. How many snow permanents do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 plus the Glittering Frost if it animates the land, so it's fine. Same with Frostbite, Bind the Monster, so I think this is reasonable. If we look at a sideboard, there's a Raider's Carve. We have a decent amount of high-power creatures, but the fact that we have to tap them can be kind of awkward. Not a card I like. Raven Wings can give us a bunch of evasion, but if we're going to just play our Koma, we don't really need to give it flying. Don't think we're splashing black for any of these. Could just play Run Ashore. I mean, it's fine tempo, but I'd rather just have the Lintworms. There's a Frostpeak Yeti, but we really need Snow Mana to enable it, and I'd rather just cast an Elderleaf Mentor on curve to help us survive, since we pretty much have the late game covered, essentially. So just need to survive and just go from there, perhaps. I could also cut the Broken Wings and just throw in the Frostpeak Yeti, just to have a bit of evasion still. I mean, given that we have double Masked Vandal, maybe it's fine. Cutting the Broken Wings, or we can cut the 1 Masked Vandal for a Broken Wings. But I don't mind just having this as a 2-drop in the game. But the exile could be more important and crucial in these types of decks. So it's pretty interesting here. I mean, other than the other utility of the Masked Vandal is to have the 2-drop that can help us survive. So maybe we just cut the Broken Wings and just throw in a Frostpeak Yeti to have another 4-drop in win condition to help us close out. Not an exciting card, but I think it could be reasonable. And sometimes we need that extra evasive threat to help us close out. And in terms of our red splash, 1, 2, 3, so maybe like 4 red sources, so we can cut the mountain. Keep it at 3, and then 4 with the Glittering Frost. And then we can add in a couple of islands. Seems quite good. 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we need 8 blue sources, so 7, 8, so it's close, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe we can afford to add in 1 extra forest, keep it at 9. Keep it at 9. Because we also need to count the main board for fixing, like we have a Glittering Frost for fixing. So that counts as essentially 1, and then that would be 4 red sources for Svella, Arnie, and Frostbite. And then for blue, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 8 blue sources, so 6, 7, 8. And then the rest of the green sources, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems quite good, especially with just 15. Could see the argument of cutting island as well, but I guess the backwater channel can also count as green or blue. So there's an argument for you also just cutting in the island and then just throw in the extra forest to make it a little bit more consistent, since this would be 5, 6, and then 7, and then 8. 4, 7 blue, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources, since we have a lot of green that we need to do. Double green here, double green here, double green here, double green here. So yeah, I guess this is a reasonable place to be. So yeah, let's give this a spin. And Koma. And then still deciding whether or not I want second Mask Vandal. I mean, the Broken Wings over second Mask Vandal, because we are kind of creature light, and it could be pretty difficult for us to exile something. So it could be more reasonable just cutting the Mask Vandal and throwing in the Broken Wings anyways, for the hell of it. Because again, we might not be able to trade off some of our creatures. The creatures we might be interested in trading off is probably the Elderleaf Mentor, Glowstone Recluse. So it's kind of interesting to note here. Or I can play 2 of them anyways. Maybe we trade 1 Mask Vandal off and then use the other one to exile. But the Broken Wings can just deal with it immediately, whereas this requires setup. So I guess I don't hate this and just run 18 lands. So 18 lands, Koma. The deck is lacking ramp, no Jaspera Sentinels or Sculptor winners, so Sculptor would have been fantastic, but I think I took a Blizzard Brawl over it. Maybe that was an incorrect choice. So fitting way to end the draft. So yep. Alright, we're on the play. A little bit of a strange start. We have a Frostbite, but nothing else. I think we need more lands, so I think I'm going to mulligan. This is okay. I can maybe ditch the Mist, because we just want to behold Frostbite and Elderleaf Mentor, perhaps. The Mist is better at maybe helping us survive, but the Elderleaf Mentor is a creature, so I think we go for this. Play Mountain, and then next turn we can name blue with the Bark Channel Pathway. Next turn we can behold and Frostbites as well. And the opponent just passes the turn. Ooh, Tyvar, so I think I need to play out my green, correct? And then, do I have any 1 mana plays? Not really, so I think we just pass. Keep a mana, and then we can behold and keep up Frost. Breakneck is quite good, but we'll just burn it with a Frostbite, I have to imagine. And then we'll just behold the Multiverse, end of turn. Finding our second blue-green source, hopefully. Broken Wings is not unreasonable to keep, especially against like other equipments. Probably don't need second island though, but maybe we don't need the Broken Wings, since we're more desperate finding our double greens, so I think we can bomb both. And then hopefully find a second green source. If not, I guess we can play Shimmerdrift Veil into... yeah, I think we just do Shimmerdrift Veil into Ice High Troll, name second green. Play Ice High Troll, and then next turn we can play Tyvar. Elderleaf Mentor with Tyvar is also a pretty nice combo, so... Demon Bolt, it's fine. Sure. So opponent is like red aggression with maybe a white splash. Forging the Tyrite Sword can maybe find him Halvar, which could be a problem. But I think maybe we just play out the Tyvar here and start making tokens, so let's go for it.
Hold on to your jaws. They're about to drop. They will remember our names together.
He could have his own Demon Bolt to finish off Tyvar as well. His own Litworm, sure, to ramp. But we'll just play our own and then keep making chump blockers all day.
There's enough glory for all of us.
Does he have Halvar? If he does, we're just basically dead. Okay, just a Giant's Amulet, so we're not dead. If we're trading here, he could have a dumb Snakeskin Veil. I guess now he could have Run Amok. I think we're supposed to block regardless. Or we could have chumped, but the trade here is pretty nice, since now I can start plussing Tyvar. Actually, I want to attack first, right? So yeah, let's just attack first. And then we want to plus Tyvar.
I believe we can be heroes.
Could be a removal spell, sure. It would be nice if I can get to the ultimate with Tyvar with an Elderleaf Mentor, because I'll be able to draw a bunch of cards. So I might just try to do that game plan as opposed to zeroing. But the zeroing is also fine. I guess I want to zero now. Snakeskin Veil is fine. I think I want to zero instead. Or just play out the Elderleaf Mentor.
They will remember our names together.
I think we'll just say go. We can keep up Snakeskin Veil to protect Ravenous Litworm. We can chump to 4/4. And then maybe Ultimate Tyvar eventually to draw cards off of this Elderleaf Mentor, so we'll see. Even to part the realm. I could Snakeskin, but I don't think it's necessary. I'd rather use Snakeskin on my Ravenous Litworm, of course. Mass Vandals on time, although we only have one Ravenous Litworm on the battlefield. Yeah, I think we just keep making Tyvar tokens and we can attack. And I think I'm fine playing out the Elderleaf Mentor, because the thing is, I do have a Mass Vandal which counts as an elf, so I think that's reasonable and we can say go. Could see a fight spell here, sure. And we can still chump. Bind, okay, I can Mass Vandal way to bind the monster, so that's also pretty awesome. Yeah, and I think we just do that. Or we can main phase Behold. Maybe main phase Behold first. I think we'll just bomb all. Don't need more lands, just find more action. Yeah, I think we can just Mass Vandal here, exile the Bind. So we can attack next turn, and then we'll ditch the Elderleaf Mentor. And then we can just also just zero Tyvar, and then I think we just stay back here.
There's enough glory for all of us.
And I can just stay back. I mean, I don't really need to ultimate Tyvar at this point, I don't think. I can play Arnie Slays the Troll, fight the 4-4, and then just go from there. And then we'll just stay back. Next turn I can just put counters on the Frostpeak Yeti, and then we can make it unblockable and get some attacks in, so... Opponent's also playing Teamer. I'll just block the 4-5. And then that can fetch us Koma.
I saved them.
Yep. Sweet. Lands, please. Not bad. I mean, we can always behold. Double green for Rootless Shoe to find Koma, so I think it's a keep. And then we want to name blue with the Bark Channel Pathway, since I guess we don't have to name it now that we have our second copy, but I mean, we just need the double blue anyways for Koma, so we can still hold on to this in case we need to do more green than blue. So a black-white aggro deck, maybe featuring Angel synergy. Rune Crown, I'm hoping I can exile, so I might want to trade off a Recluse into this lifelink rune, so I definitely need to Mask Vandal this. So we're just going to play out land into not Recluse, I have to imagine. I can maybe attack and trade off something, and go from there. So I'm hoping I can trade off for something and then just get rid of this. Could Blizzard Brawl and fight, that doesn't really accomplish much. Could always behold first. Is there any reason to attack? Not really. Might just behold main phase. Frostpeak Yeti, I do want my mountain though. Probably don't need the Yeti here, even though it's turn okay turn 4 play, but I think I want the mountain. And then just draw 2 cards. And then we can still play mountain here, and then pass the turn. Fine with the trade, he makes a 2-2, but then I can exile the Rune Crown next turn, so I think I'm okay with this exchange, if he goes for it. He can re-equip if he wants, but then I can just exile it, of course. So I think that's fine, and then we can hold off the rest of the other creatures. There's also just Broken Wings. Or I can play the Rootless Shoe out. Maybe I play the Rootless Shoe first, take some hits. And then I might save the Broken Wings for the Flyer. Maybe that's more reasonable, and then and I can also use this to fetch out a Koma if I have to. And again, if he uses a Bounding Gold, can just exile it. That's a good one. Might just prefer to play out the Lintworm, so we can maybe set up a turn where we can Blizzard Brawl and finish this off. I could also attack here and then use Mass Vandal to finish it off. I think it's reasonable to just play out the Lintworm here, just stall the opponents and stay alive. And then we'll save the other enchantment artifact base removal for something else. Because we just need to survive against this and we should be alright. Dogged Pursuit, so just playing defense here while he can. That's kind of cute, but Koma's just going to win us the game, I have to imagine. So yeah, let's just bring out our Koma. And, you know, good luck. He can't exile it, of course, with the feed, so I should be careful about that, but I think I just jam her out since it's at 7, so... And yeah, Feed the Serpent would be bad. Divine Gambit, sure. I can Mist. I don't actually hate just swinging both of these in, and then we can use a Blizzard Brawl to finish one of these creatures off. And we could also use Mist of Lejar to blow them out, so I don't mind just attacking with both of these and seeing what's up. And then we can use Broken Wings on like an Angel if he tries to do something nutty. So... I guess I don't mind a Mist. I mean, killing both of these would be pretty nice. And then maybe we can set up a better Blizzard Brawl next turn. So which one do I want to miss? I guess the 3/7. And then I guess I'll just play the Mentor, although he can make me discard, so I should be careful here. Yeah, I think I'm going to say go because I can't really attack past this anyways. I mean, I guess I can apply more pressure since now the 0/7 is locked down, but I also need to be careful. And that's a card I'm happy to just kill. Hopefully he doesn't double spell this. Probably double spell here. That sucks. I can respond with a Broken Wings. I might actually just fight it next turn and save the Broken Wings for something else. Although the fight spell next turn would also be nice against the Dread Rider, so I guess I can just Broken Wings this. So Broken Wings pretty useful in this matchup. And then hopefully have enough to fight and finish this off, so I can just win the game with my big attackers. I can bind the monster. I mean, binding this is alright. And then I can save the Blizzard Brawl for something even better. I think I like that, since we're going to take 0. And I'll keep the Elderleaf Mentor, because if he makes me discard, I want to have the Blizzard Brawl still as a fight spell, so... Sure. Svella and Elderleaf Mentor. I think he would have played out the discard effect if he had it. So maybe I'm fine just playing the Elderleaf Mentor out here to just apply more tempo, and hopefully I don't just... And if he uses a board wipe, I do have another Lintworm in the deck, so... We'll see if the opponent can finish me off or stabilize against me. Yup. Dogged Pursuit is a huge F. Like, it's not an unreasonable card to play if you're hyper-controlling and you're able to really stall the opponent out, but it's still quite slow. And unlike sets like Ravnica Allegiance, where cards like Ill-Gotten Inheritance overperform, it doesn't have an activated ability to drain them. There's no reason to drain them because Spectacle isn't in the set. Whereas in Ill-Gotten Inheritance, the black decks in Ravnica Allegiance were pretty aggressive, so you want to enable Spectacle with it. But overall, the opponent managed to do pretty well. Managed to even take out our Koma, which is interesting to note. Alright, I mean, it's okay. We have all three colors, we're on the play. I think it's keepable. And we can always use a defensive bind the monster too, if we want to. Don't think I'm playing Mass Vandal since it has a lot more utility later on. And then we can just play a Not Vote Recluse. And hopefully it can trade off. Yeah, I think I'll play Not Vote over Ice Hide since it hits harder. And we don't have any snow lands for the Ice Hide Troll. And we can also just bind something and attack for 4 next turn if we want to. Replicating Ring, so the opponent's ramping. Does this answer... This is only creatures, right? So it can't answer permanents. It would be pretty mean to actually use the bind on like a Replicating Ring if that was an option. But I'll just play Ice Hide Troll here. Play Forest, even though no snow mana, it's just a creature that I can play out. Battle, okay. That's a good one. And I might just exile this so he doesn't draw a million cards off of it. And get the Scry, so I think that's a reasonable play. Can keep up Mist and Frostbite as well. Svella, I don't mind just binding that, and then hopefully he doesn't have his own Massive Vandal. Ice Hide Troll is also a good creature we can bind. But I think we want to bind the Svella here. I don't know. I could also just attack for 1, or block this, and then end of turn. Next turn he can activate Svella. I mean, I guess he can't. He can make a Mana Lift. So I might just want to play out the Rootless Shoe here, and then say go. Yeah, he can't activate Svella. He would need 2 lands here, so I'm fine just using Bind on Svella next turn, and then just maybe we can use a Rootless Shoe to fetch out Koma and steal the game. Could just attack, but then he's going to give it Indestructible. I can then respond with a Bind the Monster on Svella. I mean, I can use Mist on this, but it doesn't look very exciting. Maybe we just bind first, and hopefully it resolves. Maybe, okay, that's fine. Okay. He has 2 snow mana to keep up, so that's a little bit annoying. I think we just pass the turn. Hoping we can get 7th land to play out Koma and fetch with the Rootless Shoe. Because I mean, this Ice Hide Troll is going to get out of hand if we don't deal with it. I could also just bind the monster, I mean use Mist of Lajara on this. So I could block. If he pumps, I'll just use Mist. And then if he decides to tap out, I can Frostbite this. It is a 2-for-1, but still. It does force him to pump, maybe. So he foretells. Opponent's on defense. You can keep up Indestructible, so I think we just say go, and then we can just behold main phase and see what's up. Fine tapping green. Arnie slays the trolls in bat, plus Snakeskin Veil. I like all of these cards, even though we don't have green, we can prep next turn. So maybe should have kept up 1 green, but these cards are all fine. Sure. Opponent's also in some sort of team or control deck, so hopefully he doesn't play his own Koma and destroy us. He can have a million mana rocks for this Ice High Troll eventually, so I don't know how I can take this out, unfortunately. Maybe Koma is just, again, the way to do it. There's a Horizon Seeker, which I can maybe Frostbite. Do I want to even Frostbite this, to be honest? Maybe I can afford to, like... I wish Frostbite did 3 damage, but we'll see. Tyvar, though, is pretty good. We can start playing Tyvar and make a bunch of chump blockers. And maybe Arnie slays something. Guess it's okay. And I can also tap for black mana with the Mask Vandal. Could be a counterspell, which I'm also fine with him using. Okay, so that saves our Koma. Oh, that sucks. I guess we'll just say go. I can still block the 3-2 and he responds by doing something else. It's okay, so I could block this, and then if he uses a trigger I can just mist and force it out. And if I do lose my Rootless Yew, it's still fine. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe I don't even block it. Just take 2. He's probably not going to tap out the second Snowland so he can keep this alive. But taking 4 is not incredible either, so... Ravenous Lintworm, okay. I can Frostbite, so I can eventually just attack with the Rootless Yew and Frostbite away the 6/6. And then maybe find my Koma to hopefully win the game. I could just attack right now and see what's up. But maybe I'm forced to just keep it back just in case. So if he does take it, I don't take a million damage, so I think we just play land and then... Huh, this is bad. Maybe I do just need to miss the 2-3. Because the fight isn't going to do anything here. Like, I can... Sure, I can fight this, but it's not going to deal the extra damage with this Frostbite, so I think we're forced to pass this. And maybe we use Mist on the Ice High Troll, although the Mist is going to be pretty bad against it as well, because he's going to eventually have 8 mana, which could be a problem. I could block it, but he just keeps up indestructible all day, so... I mean, I could force him to use it, and then if it still trades, I get Koma next turn, because I definitely think I need to plan a Koma turn, so I think we'll just cast Mist here. Even though he can pump this a million times the following turns, with 8 Snowman, I think we still go for this certain play. Vault Robber, okay. Yeah, he's just gonna keep up the snow mana, so I need multiple fight spells. I mean, I do need multiple, like, snow mana as well, so it can be a little bit awkward in this match, so... Could have another counter spell up, so this is definitely a hard match. The Frostbite doesn't do anything, just say go. We can Glittering Frost and stay back still. I could also just attack and be kind of aggressive here. But maybe Glittering Frost is this turn's play. So then we have access to Snakeskin Veil in case Koma is ready. And I might just chump with the Rootless Yew to find a Koma, which is interesting. So I think we're just going to pass the turn and say go. Yeah, this is going to be hard to beat. Now with infinite mana, the opponent can just pump this a million times. So yeah, not looking good here. And Quickbringer is quite good, so maybe we need Koma to fight this off. He doesn't have any giants, so I think I need to block the Ice High Troll here. Force, and then just chump here. Get Koma. Hopefully he doesn't get countered, but if he does counter Koma, it's just game over and there's not much I can do. Just gonna let the damage happen, and hopefully he doesn't again have counter spells. So, yep, I think I have to do this. And if he counters Koma, I'm just gonna concede because I can't really beat this. So yeah, let's just take our Koma, and then hopefully just win the game with it if possible. Probably need to fight the Quickbringer with the Arnie slays the troll. And then maybe we can load up counters onto Koma, gain a million life, and then be fine that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can keep up a Snakeskin Veil. Vargoth is a problem. I can give myself indestructible. Yeah, I think we just say go here, and hopefully this doesn't counter Koma. So let's just play her out. And then Koma time. If he counters, I guess it can't be countered. So that's quite good. And then what's the activate abilities? It can't be activated this turn. It also just gains indestructible all day, so I could fight here, which could be reasonable. But I might want to keep up a Snakeskin Veil just in case. It's definitely difficult. Maybe I'm fine taking 2. I can trade off a token, so I think we just say go and keep up Snakeskin Veil in case he has like a bind a monster himself. So. And hopefully not another removal spell on the stack. And then I can also just Frostbite the Horizon Seeker. Although we have 2 snow permits, so it can be nice against the Ice High Troll once he's tapped out. We can fight away to Quickbringer so we don't end up losing a million life. This is hard. Maybe I need to unforce a chump with the Mask Vandal and put the 3/3 in front of this. We'll see. Fine trading the Mask Vandal is not doing much. Seems reasonable. Okay, so now we can block the 5/4, put the 3/3 in front of 2/3 and chump and maybe take 6. Which is also reasonable. The Quickbringer could be a problem though, because it's just going to drain my life all day, so I think we have to block it. And then yeah, we're just going to hit pass priority, put this in front of this, put this in front of this, and then put this in front of this, and just take 6, and we should be fine, so yep. Hopefully no removal for Koma, because I think these are the correct blocks. I could also sack this to give this indestructible if he doesn't boast with the Yargoth. But he does, so I think we need to let the damage resolve, and hopefully we don't die here. I can also counter the ability by sacrificing the ability here, or tap the target permanent. I forgot. But I definitely need to maybe fight the Ravenous Lintworm next turn, attack for 7, and maybe sacrifice a Koma Coil to prevent the Ice High Troll from activating its abilities. I think we have to let the damage happen, unfortunately. So I'm hoping Koma doesn't survive. I'm hoping we don't die. Koma doesn't die, and we can just win the game that way. But if he does kill Koma, we're just dead, so... yeah, GG's. Opponent played it out very nicely, and his deck was also very good. Could play out the Ravenous Lintworm and fight the other one, but it doesn't seem like a smart play, so I think we're just going to concede. Koma was pretty much our only way out. The opponent just had great synergy and lots of removals, so... and just managed to get the Replicating Ring with the Ice High Troll out. I could have tapped it to give it indestructible, but then the Yargov stays alive, and then she's just going to gain too much value off of it, so I think I had to let the trade happen, unfortunately. Alright, 2-1. But that was a pretty fun match. Alright, Svella. And we can name, I guess, green with this, or blue. I think it's a keep. Probably just name blue. Since we have green anyway, so we'll just name blue. And next turn we can just curve out for our lands. Decide whether or not we need double green or double blue with the Bark Channel Pathway. Guess we need blue instead. So... I could also just play Svella next turn and start making mana lifts. And then that improves our Ice High Troll turn. Hopefully he doesn't play anything scary here, like a Packmate. Just a Glittering Frost, so I can maybe resolve Svella and start making mana lifts. I could also be aggressive and play Not Vote Recluse, but I think Svella is just too powerful. If you just constantly make mana broths, then we can play out Koma. It's going to be tough to beat, so... Packmate, okay. We could just block the Packmate and use the Svella at instant speed, so I don't really feel inclined to just use it right away. Could have a Blizzard Brawl here. Demon Bolt seems reasonable, okay. Bergstrider, okay. Guess I just want to name double blue with this. Yeah, I think the Recluse over the 3-3 makes sense. Trading for the 3-3 makes sense, because my Yeti's much more important, I think. Next turn we can Bergstrider, and then 2 more lands we can get the Koma, and hopefully win from there. Zone Svella, okay. That's also gonna be pretty scary. I could tap down Svella for a turn. I could also just Glittering Frost here. I could also just tap down the Priest, attack for 4. I mean, if I can get out Koma next turn, it's almost just game over. Because Svella is like the only... I mean, the Koma is the only way to really counteract Svella. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can go to 7, 8 mana eventually, so I think we need to maybe ramp here as opposed to doing something else. So I think we're just going to do this. And then, do I play out the Ice High Troll? I'll only be taking 3, so I don't really care about playing this out. This could be better and much more useful in the late game, so I think we just pass and say go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1 more land and I can just cast Koma, and hopefully make a Koma token and survive. It's probably going to use Svella to make a mana lift, And then he can start activating Svella a million times. That's fine. Attacks with Svella. Okay, where's my land? No land. That's kind of awkward. I can still at least maybe fight Svella for a turn with the Blizzard Brawl, which is quite good. So I think I have to do that. He can return 3 lands to save this, of course. But I think it's fine just Berg Struttering the Icebreaker Kraken, and then we can fight Svella here to kill her before she basically ultimates and kills us. And then the Ice High Troll can also just stay back against the 8/8 if I need to. Vengeful Reaper is good. So we basically need to get Koma out. Priest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he could effectively kill Koma. If I play Ice High Troll, he just kills my Ice High Troll. What else do I do? I could Behold the Multiverse, maybe find something there. Find land, maybe chump block the 8/8 and do that. I can also just play out the Ice High Troll. I don't know, I think we need to land into Ice High Troll or something, so just cast a Behold. Broken Wings, does that do anything? Not really, it's pretty bad. Could take out the Glittering Frost, but I don't think it's worth it. Just bomb both, maybe find some answers or some action. Play land, play Ice High Troll. Have him kill the Ice High Troll and then chump the 8/8 and then play Koma and hopefully win the game that way. So just say go. I think I need to chump this Kraken, otherwise I'm just going to take too much. And I wanted to kill my Ice Troll because he'll just use this to kill my Koma, which is even worse, so I think we're chumping the 8/8 here. And then hopefully we can cast Koma and just win. Litworm, okay. Alright, Koma, do your thing. Can't be countered. And hopefully no removal spell for Koma. We can always chump with the token. And then also just give Koma indestructible. I think I'll block and then give this indestructible in response. In case he tries to draw into something. Or I can just block it. But giving it indestructible is an extra bonus, so I think I'm just going to do this. Block, and then before damage we'll just give Koma indestructible. Hopefully no removal spell, so this is fine. And then Koma can start like leveraging a victory if I need to. Priest, wow. I guess I can tap this and prevent on his upkeep and prevent him from using the ability. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 snow mana. So I think we just play Ravenous Lintworm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs 1 more snow mana to kill Koma. So this is kind of awkward. So maybe I just get in for 6 now and start beating down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he just needs 1 more snow mana. I guess he can find that with Horizon Seeker. So I might want to use the ability to tap it down. And then maybe double block the Kraken. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I need to tap this. Otherwise he can fetch a land and just go from there, so yep. So he can't like get a snow land and take out my Koma. And I can still double block the Kraken if I want to, or so. And maybe we can win with a Frostpeak Yeti getting in for some damage, so I can also tap this, but I do want to maybe take out the Kraken if he attacks with it, so I think we just maybe attempt to do a double block here, and hopefully he doesn't have removal for my Koma. And we still have a 3/3 to constantly tap the priest down, so Svella, that's also scary. Alright, maybe I need to start being aggressive. Another Lintworm seems great. I think I'm attacking here. Wow. And yeah, we can just shut him down, essentially shut down the Svella and shut down the priest. I guess I couldn't shut down Svella because her activation is at instant speed. So I'm pretty surprised. I'm surprised why he quit there, since I think he could have won. Honestly, if we found one more Snowland to deal with Koma, since he could have used X-6, and that beats Indestructible. So I think he would have won that game if he didn't concede right away. So you never know. Always play to your outs. Funny enough, that opponent managed to even also got out the Icebreaker Kraken in that matchup. Glittering Frost, okay. I mean, we just need a third land. Can we really do this? We do have Bind to play defense, hopefully. It's a little bit of a risky keep. I think we try it, given that we have Glittering Frost. And then I'm fine just naming blue mana here. No, third land. Okay, this could be a miss. I can get severely punished here if I don't get my third land to ramp into my late game bombs, so... Land, please. Alright, there we go. Ask and you shall receive. Glittering Frost here, and then... I mean, we're still not in great shape, but we have access to Frostbite and Bind the Monster at least. And another land can give us access to a Bergstrider that we can play. Maybe it's a Packmate. That's a good one. That's a good Frostbite target. Land is good, so... I think I like the Bergstrider here just for mana efficiency, and that can tap down the 3/2 for one turn. And then it's also a good creature to use to fight with the Arnie Slays the Troll, so this seems quite good. If it's a Demon Bolt with this, it's still annoying, but at least I have Frostbite to answer the 3/2. Yup, Demon Bolt it is. Hopefully he doesn't have another 3/2 Berserker coming in. Tormentor's Helm, that's pretty annoying, I have to imagine, but... Ooh, Mass Vandal, I guess I can exile the Tormentor's Helm. And then we can also just Frostbite the 4/3 to deal with it, so this is good. And then I like the Frostbite here. And then we'll just say go. Just surviving here, basically. Opponent passes a turn, Lintworm would have been nice. Could just play out Arnie Slays the Troll. I could also attack for one, but he could also just have a random haste creature. I mean, the only haste creature is a 3/2. I mean, I could just play this, but it's kind of bad, so I think we just say go. And attacking for one, I don't think accomplishes anything. So land here, Frost Spaghetti seems fine. And then now I guess I can attack with the 1/1, 1/3 again for one. Lintworm, at least I can take out with Bind, although I do take 6 damage. Okay, Okay, that's... Wow, using this to just define a playable. I'll take that. Rune of Might, wow. Oh man, I don't want to emote this guy because it does seem pretty bad that he's doing this. So I'm just gonna be nice here and not do it. And we'll name red here. I think I'm fine just attacking fall. And then say go. Path so he can play all of his colors now. Maybe he has his own Lintworm that he wants to play. Outrun is a powerful bomb. A 6/6, yeah, we're gonna have a hard time dealing with that. And it's just gonna give him a ton of card advantage, so I don't know how we can kill that. I could lock it down and play the tempo game, which could actually be quite reasonable. Because how else am I supposed to win this? I think I need to play the tempo game here, so I think I'm gonna buy an outrun, which isn't a good usage, but prevents him from swinging back for 7. I think we need to just pressure him and try to win by dealing damage, because this is just going to outvalue us in the long run, so... So hopefully we can just give evasion to Frostpeak Yeti and start chipping in. And we do have the tempo advantage with the board state. Okay, that's a good one. Right, that's a good one, no doubt. But maybe we can kill him quickly. And I can't think of anything with single blue that can save him here. Okay, so Frost Ice Hydro could be nice. I think we just attack with all. Put him down to 1, and then we can also just play out the Ice Hydro, keep up Arnie Slays the Troll to maybe remove a blocker. Sure. This would have been pretty devastating if he cast it earlier, but luckily enough, he just missed his land drops and couldn't do much. So, yeah. Cinderheart Giants, we can't fight that. Hopefully he doesn't have a fight spell. If he does, he's just dead, right? If he taps out. Rune of Sus, okay, that's annoying. I guess I can just make this unblockable, hit for 3 and win. Because there's really no need for me to attack into this, so... Yeah, we just win the game here. So luckily Frostpeak Yeti saves the day, so we'll just say go. Activate Frostpeak Yeti, make sure we don't make any dumb misplays like attacking into this. Move the combat, attack with the 3/3, yep, we got him. That was close. That was a close match. Because he would have definitely destroyed me if he got out the Waking earlier and ruined my mana, so... Luckily we were able to deal enough damage in time. So pretty much missed a bullet there, so... Right, currently 4-1. I'm hoping we can get to 7 with this. Opening hand, Behold. Need red mana for Frostbite, need a Blizzard Brawl. We're on the draw. I think we can keep this. And we got missed to deal with an aggressive game plan. Behold can also be nice, so... I think we just say go. We can play Island, foretell the Behold the Multiverse, find our other sources, and find some action, hopefully. So blue-black control deck. Priest is okay. It does get scarier later. So he's also playing a control deck. Hopefully I can take out this Priest before it makes a ton of snow mana, of course. Which he could have. Stifle, we'll just discard Forest. Since we're running 18 lands. Could main phase the Behold. I think it's okay, so we can find red mana or something. I think it's okay. Maybe it wasn't necessary though, I don't know. Bind the Monster seems okay against the Priest. And I do like the ramp from this, so maybe I just take both of them. And then I can play Forest, next turn enchant it, so I have access to bind the monster on something like the Priest or an annoying creature that can that can chip in for a ton of damage, like this Draugr Necromancer. This is a problem. So I definitely need to find like a creature to fight this off. Ice High Troll, unfortunately, I don't think it's enough. So I do need to maybe set up a turn where I can have 3 snow permanents to deal with this, and then I guess Glittering Frost can count as a snow permanent, so I think this is fine. And then I guess I can play land. Say go. Maybe should have tapped differently because I could have used the binding on this, but we'll see. So I'll take 1,000,000 damage, that's okay. I could also just bind this. So I do need to take this Draugr Recruiter out next turn, so I need to be careful. So what can I do here? I can play land. If I play Ice High Troll, give it indestructible and fight, that could be reasonable, just to deal with this. I can't think of anything in single white that can deal with this, so I think what we do is this. We play the Ice High Troll here. We tap it, give it indestructible. And then we use the Blizzard Brawl to fight off the Draugr Necromancer before it just kills us. And then he would need an extra snow land to deal with this Ice High Troll, so I think that's fine. He doesn't have an extra snow land, we can start chipping in. Spirit is nice. Might want to just bind this Priest so he doesn't kill my Ice High Troll. I think I'll do that next turn. And he played his land already, so I think that was a bit of a misplay. We can bind the Priest, and then just keep everything up. Can play land, and then we can keep up the indestructible. Could also just play the Ravenous Lintworm here, and then this can still hold everything off except the 1/1. I think that's okay. Like we do lose out on the indestructible, but I just like getting this down since it's pretty mana efficient. And now the Priest can't take out Ice High Troll, and then maybe we can Frostbite the 1/1. Definitely no blocks here. No reason to block it. Alrund's Epiphany is great. Okay. Alright, I think we're still alive though. I can afford to take 3 and maybe swing back and go from there. I'm fine just attacking for 6 and then keep up the indestructible for Ice High Troll against these two. I think I'm fine frostbiting the 1/1 so we can enable attack with the 6/6. Wow, raise a Draugr. Wow. I don't know how I can beat this now. Yeah, we definitely need something better than this. I think I'll just frostbite here. And then I'm fine attacking for 6. If he double blocks, I have a mist, which I'm fine using, so let's just attack for 6. List the Necromancer first, he takes 6. And I'll keep the land because he has this card, and we'll say go. Guess he's just going to swing into the Flyers. Outrider, so... Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult using Mist with 2 5/5s in play, so... I need to get something good, and we got nothing good. I guess I can start attacking the Ice High Troll instead, which is okay. Because I do need to, like, pressure him, but I guess this can't even attack past the 5/5. So I think we just need to take some hits in the air and say go. Unfortunately. Yeah, these 2 Flyers are annoying, and then he's just able to get back his bomb. So I'm hoping we can get a Koma here and stay alive. And another Lintworm could be okay, but although he can just get another one if we play it, so I think we just play this, and then say go, and then try to survive still. That's okay. Spella. Okay, I'll take a Spella. And we'll keep the land in hand again in case of discard. Stay back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can activate Spella. That's annoying. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Goodbye, Ice High Troll. And he gets to play it with all the snow mana, so we need to find our Koma. I can also just use the mist on the Ice High Troll. But if he attacks with the Spirit, I guess I'm going to use the mist here. And if he uses some sort of Snakeskin Veil. Okay, no Snakeskin Veil, and I think I'm double blocking just to be safe. Is there any reason to main phase the Spella? Not really. Maybe I'm fine saying go. He can activate 1, 2 twice with the Ice High Troll, so it's not necessarily enough. So I think we just say go, end of turn we can activate Spella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. And hopefully she can find something good off the top to save us. And we want to activate end of turn so he can't really sorcery speed and deal with something, so. And Koma is great, so we'll just bring her out. Good luck dealing with Koma. Yup. She was like, I think she was like second from the top or something. Surprisingly, I'm surprised why he decided to concede. He had a 4-turn clock on us, and he could just chump the Koma all day, and we can really attack with the Lintworms because he can just get them back. So pretty interesting why he decided to concede there. I guess Koma is just that unbeatable, and people are so scared of it that they just concede right away. So I guess I can just constantly activate Spella to take over the late game. So, alright, this hand is not great. We have all of our snow lands, of course. We're on the play. We do need some creatures here, but maybe it's still fine since we're on the play. So I think I'll risk it here, and hopefully we can find some creatures to go along with these spells. They're not great because they're fight spells, but I think I'm still fine with a Lintworm here. And 4 lands since our deck really wants to flood. But I can definitely see it wrong keeping a hand like this, especially against an opponent that mulligan. He could be a little bit more aggressive towards us. Yeah, probably an aggressive deck, so I might regret this. Yeah, I might just regret this now. Alright. If I can find a 3-drop, I'd be happy, or a 2-drop. But he does nothing as well, so alright. I mean, we have some time. Just say go. Hopefully no hasty Berserker here. As I say that, it happens. Okay. I can mist it at least, so I don't hate that. Maybe force him to equip. We can mist it, only take 1. So we'll just play Force and then just pass the turn. Next turn we can play Bergstrider to maybe tap something down and fight with Arnie and Blizzard Brawl, so we'll see. And there's no hexproof trick in red or white, so it's going to resolve regardless. And if he wants to equip, he's just going to take 1. I'm going to take 1, and that's okay. That's a good one. I think I'm more happy just using Mist here on the 3-3. I mean, on the 3-2 here, and then actually keep the Arnie alive. Because I'd rather kill Arnie, in a sense, than keep this locked down. Okay, I also like that. Let's just play the Bergstrider here. Gain some tempo, tap down to 3-3. And then, could actually just Arnie and kill the end trade here if he goes for the Equip Helm play. It's not unreasonable because I do have a Masked Vandal to follow up to exile the Tormentor's Helm. So it could actually be more preferable. I'm fine taking 1 from the Breakneck Berserker if he wants to do so. Because if I block this and he has Run Amok, that's kind of bad. I'm fine with Bounding Gold as well. I can still fight off the 3-3. I can use Frostpeak Yeti. I mean, I guess this is okay. Although I do want to get Frostpeak Yeti out, so maybe I use Blizzard Brawl and fight the 3-3 and play Frostpeak Yeti instead. And then save Arnie Slays the Troll. Arnie's pretty nice though. Huh. This is interesting. Maybe just to be mana efficient, I'd rather just use Blizzard Brawl here. Fight this off. Play out the Yeti. And then we can still block the 1-3 if we want to. And if he has Run Amok, I can still exile the Bounding Gold and then use Arnie Slays the Troll to deal with like another creature here. So I think that's fine. Cavalry. That's a good one, so it's a good target to fight. Although I could just play a Lintworm here, which is also great. If I fight, I think I like the Lintworm, just to be mana efficient, and then we'll just say go. We can easily take 4, and then we can Arnie to fight this off with our Lintworm. And then just gain a ton of life and win the game that way. Goldbane pick is quite good. He's probably just going to equip everything onto the flyer. Okay. We can still fight it with Lintworm at least, so game isn't over yet. Broken Wings, that's a good one. But I think I like Arnie first, and in case he has a response, I can just Broken Wings. And if he uses like a pump effect, I'll just Broken Wings in response. So that's quite good. And then I could just attack with the Frostpeak Yeti, keep up Broken Wings. Which I think I'm fine with since I have a really good blocker against this whole equipment shit, so I think that's fine. And then we don't have any creatures in the yard, so I think we just say go. He could have a Bounding Gold. I can also Broken Wings the Bounding Gold to ambush if he tries something here. So let's see, he casts Bounding Gold. Alright, and then we can Broken Wings on our Bounding Gold when he tries to attack, and then do a good block, so we can basically just ambush him. And then he won't have any mana to Run Amok, so this is fine. Yeah, and we just want to Broken Wings the Bounding Gold here. And then get a nice block, and we should be able to win the game. Yup. Around this Lintworm. Huge overperformer in this set. Alright, and currently 6-1. Moving on to the final boss. So yeah, hopefully we can get there to 7. And this is my first time ever drafting Koma in this set, believe it or not. I drafted this multiple times, but I never opened up a pack 1, pick 1 Koma, or even a pack 2 pick 1, or pack 3 pick 1 Koma. So I'm kind of happy that we managed to maybe end this Kaldheim draft with a bang, and then go into Strixhaven. But yeah, let's get this final boss out of the way. And it's funny enough that this is a really grindy control deck, and but we still have a lot of time. Usually in control decks I need to make like a part 2 video, or it takes up to 2 hours, but we're basically on our final boss within 1 hour and 30 minutes, so I guess we just faced too many opponents that just conceded right away. Usually this is the time limit, the time frame that we have via an aggro deck. So, alright, final opponent, a Mythic. Hopefully he concedes once he sees Koma. We do need red mana here. We have a Recluse on 3. I mean, this is great. We have red mana going. We're on the draw. I mean, we have a Glittering Frost to fix. Maybe we just can't keep this because it's just too heavy in red. If we do find red mana, it's very good though. You know what? Given that this is the final draft, maybe it's fine to just keep it here. we have like how many snows? We have 4 red sources in the deck. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm just insane. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's just get lucky. It's going to take a while to get our red mana going, but if we can get red mana on curve, it's quite nice. And Behold can help us find it, so that's good. We can also use Mist to play defense in case there's a freaking Hasty Berserker. Goldvein pick though. You could play a Hasty Berserker next turn, but I think I'm down to just Behold here. I mean, keep up Behold and then maybe main phase Behold if he doesn't play anything. Magda, okay, it's going to tap itself. I think I'm fine maybe just playing land, play Recluse, and trade for the Magda. Otherwise, he's just going to make too many tokens, and this is going to get out of hand. So I think I like the Recluse here, and then we can trade for Magda, which I'm also fine with. I can also just keep it back and use a Mist on this to get a nice 2-for-1. Maybe that could be more reasonable next turn. Although he's just, if he does equip that, if he equips the Goldvein pick, I'm not blocking, but if he does, I guess it's still fine. Not sure here. I think it's just too good here. Yeah, Magda's a scary card. I don't want to just, he could just play a Dwarf out of nowhere and make even more treasure tokens, so I think this is okay. And then hopefully our Behold can maybe find us some good lands for next turn. Firewalker is good. Alright. Yeah, I think I need to Behold here, unfortunately, because I need to hit my land drop, so let's go for it, and hopefully we don't get run over. Broken Wings can kill the pick. I'm actually liking that over the over anything else here, although it's 3 mana to do so, but it could be pretty useful. Or maybe we just have to bottom the Broken Wings and hopefully hit like a blue mana to lock him down. I think we really need land, so maybe we just bomb the Broken Wings, as crazy as it seems. Otherwise, I don't think we're winning this game, and then we'll just foretell the second Behold. Take a couple hits from a Tuskeri Firewalker, have him boast, and then hopefully we can just find something against this. But he's going to get a ton of value here, not only boasting, but making a treasure token help him ram, so this is hard. Hopefully no lands. Okay, at least it's not a land. Okay, so kind of punish him here. Do we just Behold again? Because we aren't really casting anything. I think we might want to just Behold or keep up Mist. Yeah, I mean, the Mist isn't going to deal with this. I will take 4, but I think we have to Behold here and find maybe like a red source or keep the blue source on top. I think I'm going to risk it here and bottom both. Blizzard Brawl is nice. I guess we get blue mana anyways. I can avoid taking 4, but he still gets to boast, which isn't great. And then maybe Lang can just go, since I do have turn 6 lined up. So I guess I'll submit the land. The funny thing is that he also makes a treasure, but I guess this is fine, so I don't take a million. Just need to survive against this opponent. He can deal 1, make a treasure, and also boast, which sucks, but I think I have to avoid as much damage as possible in order to stay alive. Finally gets his land, so he can play a 4-drop. Where's our red mana? We bought him so many playables, even the Broken Wing. Okay, finally red mana. I can play Svella and fight the 2/2. Although, it doesn't seem great. I think the Lintworm is the play, and if he uses a Bounding Gold, I think I'm still fine with that. Because I can also use the Lintworm as a fight target, and this just stabilizes the ground and gives us a good defensive creature. Probably see a Bounding Gold here. Yep. But he can still at least fight one of these creatures that are pretty annoying. I guess like we just maybe need to take out the Firewalker and then Svella, and then just and then just find our Koma to win. Valkyrie, I think that's a good creature to kill. He's probably not boasting with the Firewalker, since he can end up exiling something important, so I think I'm fine with this. And then, ooh, Koma. So now what? I guess I cast Koma and win? I think I do that. Or I can play Svella and fight the flyer. Maybe that's more safe. Or I can just kill both of them. The only answer really to Koma is Divine Verdict, which we've seen. But yeah, I think we just play out Koma then. And then I'm fine taking the aerial damage. Yep. And then we can win with Koma, keep up Snakeskin Veil the following turns, take 4 in the air or something, and then do it that way. So if you bounds and goes to this, I still make Koma's coils. So it's not gonna. So it's basically just gonna be an infinite value engine that'll take over the game. I can kill both flyers, and I should be set. I think I want to just Arnie and Blizzard Brawl next turn too, because I think I need to take out these flyers, of course, because that might be the only way I actually end up losing to these flyers. So we'll take it. I could also just could have tapped him pre-combat to prevent 3 damage, but I think I want to go on a Serpent Coil just in case he has a removal spell. So hopefully no Divine Gambit out of nowhere, because that's his only answer against us. That's fine. Sure, I mean I'm still gonna make 3/3 tokens all day, so that's fine. We can play Bergstrider. I think it's just Arnie slays a troll here. And then I can use Koma to fight, I guess the 3/2 makes sense. We can also just Blizzard Brawl the flyer, or Bergstrider. I think I want a Blizzard Brawl just to be safe. I mean, this is already enchanted already, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. And then we're fine attacking for 3, and we can also use Koma's ability to sack things. I guess I can't activate the abilities of Koma, but I can still make 3/3s all day. He can still play a hasty flyer and go from there, but yeah, Koma is just unbeatable when she lands, and you know, you don't have a million like resources to get there. So sweet. Our blue-green Koma deck, Teamer Koma, essentially with minor snow synergies. Essentially just a 18 land ramp deck that's trying to get to the late game and just cast Koma and Worms to kill the opponent, so not bad. And we managed to get 7 and 1, so not a bad way to finish Kaldheim draft. Since yeah, I would love to finish a draft of a green deck, and I just did with a powerful bomb that was never able to draft on Arena. So yeah, let's claim our prize. Could have actually did an overview of the deck first, but I guess I saved it. So let's go back to the deck list and take a look at the deck before this video is over. And then, wow, I saved this like a million times. These are the other decks I've drafted so far, but the 18 lands Koma is definitely worthy of being part of the gallery here. So yeah, 18 lands Koma, let's edit it. I mean, not edit, but take a look at sorry with the cough, guys, but take a look at it. And basically, yeah, the only major weakness I think in this deck was the lack of ramp, honestly. Like, I would have maybe loved to use a Sculptor Winner on turn 2 over maybe, like, I don't know, Elderleaf Mentor to help us ramp. Only saw Tyrakel 1 game as well, but in that 1 game, I mean 2 games I guess, but in both games he was quite nice since he just made infinite chump blockers for the deck. In terms of interaction, Blizzard Brawl was fine, even though we never really got the triple snow permanent, it was still a fine fight spell with some of our heavy hitters. Bind the Monster missed. Arnie slays the troll as a removal spell. Broken Wings was also kind of a removal spell, which definitely came in handy, and I definitely think I like the Broken Wings over second Mask Vandal, since Mask Vandal's still kind of conditional, and I'm not sure if any of my creatures I really want to end up in the graveyard. Like, if I was more creature heavy, the second Mask Vandal could just be better than the Broken Wings, but the fact that I'm kind of creature light and I'm just trying to win with my late game bombs make it so that the second Mask Vandal wasn't great. We had double Behold the Multiverse as our card draw. I guess Glittering Frost as ramp for the deck. Then a bunch of these other top end cards. So our curve was relatively like, there was barely, our curve was like relatively high, so we definitely ran 18 lands to run these 6 drops and 7 drops. But overall, pretty creature-like deck. Game plan was basically to just win the late game with our bombs and curve toppers. And yeah, the deck just did exactly what it needed it to do. So let's see. Let's line this up correctly. 4 drop, 3 drop. Arnie slays the troll. Mistwalker. These are kind of our 1 drops. And then, yeah, we just basically went Teamer to splash for red, and we basically got handed a really good blue-green deck. Not sure if I could have won the other games without Koma. I don't think I would, because some of them just had like the late game lockdown with other powerful permanents. But I guess there was that one snow player, and no, we lost against one snow player, and then there was a second snow player that just conceded it right away once he saw Koma. I think he could have won that match, I think, if he got a snowland to kill Koma with, but yeah, could have thrown in a run ashore against second Mass Vandal, but overall, the deck was pretty powerful and pretty fun. We managed to play 10 sources of green and like 5, 6, 7, 8 sources of blue, 3, 4, and 5 sources of red to enable the deck, and we managed to still get there, so I'm quite happy with this draft. Let's open up some packs. And this was definitely my final Kaldheim draft for now until it comes back later in the future, and I could just do maybe a Throne of Eldraine before Strixhaven arrives, but we'll see. I can pick one. Yeah, I would take Maya over Battlefield Warrior. I think it's just a better card. Although Battlefield Warrior does keep us more flexible and can be played in any white deck. Maya can just get out of hand and be straight up draft green-white. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close between both. Stalwart Valkyrie, also good white common, but maybe still take Maya just because the power level of this is absurd. And you can still splash this in a white deck, since if you pick up Goldvein picks 2 make treasure tokens, it can fix for the green, so Maya's quite good. But, okay, Eradicator Valkyrie is great, although the hexproof from Planeswalkers barely comes up, but just a 4-mana 4/3 flying lifelink is good in an archetype where you can play creatures like Elderfang Disciple to sack to put the opponent off. It's quite good. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of black in this set, but when you open up Eradicator Valkyrie, it's definitely a card that you don't mind splashing for or just playing in a straight-up black aggressive deck. It's also an Angel Berserker, so it counts as a Berserker. Funny enough, in the black-red deck, and an Angel in the black-white deck, so it's pretty good. Yeah, but alternatively, I mean, this pack is alright, but nothing exciting outside of the Flying Angel here. And then here, the best cards. Ovar, not a big fan of picking this up late, but if you can pick this up early, it's pretty good in the blue-green decks, since the blue-green usually has fight spells to go along with Orvar and whatever permanent you're trying to target to make a copy. So Orvar can be a pretty decent speculation as a pack 1 pick 1, since you can build around it if you take it right away, but it's definitely not a card I want to take like later in the pack, unless I was already like blue-green with multiple fight spells. So Orvar, pretty interesting card, but it's not going to be useful outside of blue-green, I don't think. And in red-blue, there's not too many ways to self-target this outside of the Depart the Realm. I mean, or target another creature with Depart the Realm, and you're mostly just running a bunch of damage-based removal, so it's kind of awkward, even in blue-red, but it's still a changeling. But overall, it's not a bad place to start. The other 2 best cards in this pack, Frostpire Arcanist and Sculptor Winner, both good. Probably still take Sculptor over Frostpire, since Frostpire is still a little bit more narrow. Best only really great only in like a blue-red deck, or like sometimes a blue-green deck that has like multiple like of the same sorceries, but still not very flexible. But I would still take Orvar out of this pack. And then here we see a Mistwalker plus Battleshield Warrior. Probably still take Mistwalker, since I love the control decks a lot more. There's an argument for taking Battleshield Warrior, since white is also a flying color. I think both white and blue are both similar kind of in power level almost in this set. Of course, blue's a more support color, but it's pretty powerful with green and red, whereas white is better with red and maybe like green. So I don't know, maybe still take Mistwalker, play a more defensive controlling deck, since I like to play the control decks instead over the aggressive decks. Not saying okay, this is a complete bomb. Yeah, it's just an obvious pick. Let's just move on. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I just lean towards the controlling decks since it's more fun. I like Rootless U, definitely an overperformer, especially in a deck with double Lintworms and Koma. This is just a powerful 2-for-1, but might actually be Sculptor winner first over Rootless U, since this is just a really powerful card with multiple Glittering Frost. And yeah, Rootless U is great if you can get the Lintworms, but if you don't, it's just a random 5-4. That's not great, but definitely really powerful in some circumstances, but I would still lean towards Sculptor to ensure that I have enough ramp in my green deck anyways, and hopefully maybe Rootless U could wheel. But even if it doesn't, like, just having a Sculptor to get out a Lintworm fast and quick is quite powerful, so yeah, I think I like the Sculptor here. And there we have it, our nice 7-in-1 video featuring Koma finally, and yeah, that rounds up Kaldheim. Maybe I do one more Throne of Eldraine draft before Strixhaven arrives for fun, and go from there. But we'll see. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching the video, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.